Back today with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today is Christmas. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas today. If you celebrate such, if you do not, I hope you had a very pleasant Saturday, the 25th of December. Continuing on with this British campaign with auto-generated ships instead of player-designed. A few house rules in effect. We finished November 1910 and are continuing on into December. We lost one transport, not a huge deal. Looks like we got a convoy battle here. By its location, I assume we're attacking. We are. One of our armored cruiser plus a destroyer attacking a 12 transport convoy, which is fairly heavily defended. The R, of course, means reinforcing, so these German cruisers will be a little bit out of position. We should be able to hit most, hopefully all of these transports before these guys really get into the mix. We'll see what happens. And they're right here, immediately within range. Oh, no argument with that. Speed this up. Slow to cruise. Give ourselves a little bit of an accuracy buff here. I don't want the destroyer firing torpedoes. Luckily I caught that before he did. You may need that against some of these cruisers later. For that matter, I'm not sure I want the armored cruiser. Turn off the mains for now. I don't need to waste 8-inch shells on these transports. One down, 11 to go. Dude, shoot the close one. Here's the light cruisers over here. We know that these two are lights because they're smoking. Armored cruisers cannot do that. Slip across that balance. armored cruiser can't smoke, the destroyer can. Actually, this might be a good opportunity to see if we can get some torpedoes in one of these German light cruisers. Or avoid ourselves. Okay. That's not going to be an issue. Going straight. Oh, I think we're going to get a torpedo hit. No. Two torpedo hits. And that light cruiser is sinking. It's actually showing a little bit of flotation. It's still sinking. That's interesting. Not sure I've seen that before. Okay, you can go ahead and catch back up to the Undaunted. The German cruisers seem to have backed off a little bit. At the very least, Karlsruhe is not, I think technically, what is their range? Technically he's within torpedo range, but I doubt he's going to launch at that extreme distance. If he does, I don't think that's too much. I don't think we'll have too much of a problem avoiding. I am going to start throwing 8-inch at them though. Keep the secondaries on the transports. I don't feel a compelling need to sink all the transports. This battle's going to be a victory, I think, just by virtue of having sunk that light cruiser. And as I think I've mentioned before, I'm not really 100% sure that the game is properly counting transports sunk. In these battles, you don't get victory points for them. They don't appear in the campaign and transport sunk totals. I don't know if they're having any impact on the German economy either. Sadly, I suspect they are not. I do think all the damage done on them contributes to XP gain. So, at least until our ships get to veteran, it's still very much worth still clubbing the transports in these battles. Oh, there's a nice hit on the Karlsruhe. What's DD shooting at anyway? Nah, shoot this guy. Yeah, thruster, go ahead and shoot on the light cruiser. As long as we're here, and the German armored cruiser is far enough away to not even be, he's way over here somewhere. Go ahead and take out this other cruiser as well. All guns on Karlsruhe from both ships. Do have to watch for that torpedo. He's fired. I am guessing he probably fired at our DD. No, he did not. Fired at Undaunted, who will be able to evade pretty easily. Karlsruhe has one shot left. There's no way to tell which torpedo tube he put that last torpedo into. I think thruster can just follow. Nope, He's fire. Okay. All right. Karlsruhe. No more torpedoes. He's taking some engine damage. Down to a little under 20 knots. As long as you're just catching up, thruster, man. Better to beat up on some transports until you're closer. Okay, Rune is coming in. Rune has not shot off any torpedoes from over there. And just kind of moving away. I'm okay with that. My plan is to hopefully finish off this light cruiser and then kind of beat feet. I do not want to try to go up against Rune. She's undamaged. Our armored cruiser class, current one anyway, does not stack up that well against the German one. Oh, flash fire. Flash fire and Karlsruhe. So. Alright. Expression is the better part of valor. Let's just go ahead and shoot up this TR that's transporting the way out. So the goal of the battle was to sink every transport, of which we've done 75% of that. Even with the light cruiser sinkings, I think it's possible the game may still adjudicate this as a defeat. A defeat where we get a lot of victory points. So I think they need to kind of tweak how they we'll see how the game's, determines it. We'll have good victory points either way. Undaunted can easily disengage. Rune is slower. In her current damage condition, however, Thruster is not. I don't want Rune to switch to Thruster as her target because she would be able to catch her. No, doesn't appear to care about the DD. Okay. Keep chasing me. Or keep chasing Undaunted, rather. I should have been firing HE for the last several minutes. Maneuvered. Okay. And with that, she goes out of spotting range. Alright. Several transports. I think about maybe 8 or 9. Well, there were 12. It says 75%, so we must have gotten 9 of them. And a couple light cruisers sunk. I think that is an acceptable outcome. Yeah, okay, it did count it as a victory, as it should. 3 transports got away, but 2 light cruisers. I'll take that. I believe the king will be pleased. All right. And that does it for December 1910. It's been an okay first year of the war. You know, not to go repeat through all of them, but we found some weaknesses in our various autogen ship designs. Those have been, I think, mostly addressed. we have a battlecruiser modification building. We have a new class of armored cruiser building. And we have a new class 4. Aha! Actually, the first two... Let me sort by type here. Yeah, the first two of our new class of light cruisers have entered the fleet. Nottingham and Pearl. They were built in Portsmouth. They're starting at the minimum, at cadet level. For that reason, they may still get pulled into... Well, you know, they're going to get pulled into battles anyway. So I do want these in North Sea ports. And now that we have these two coming online, I am just going to get rid of these two legacy light cruisers, which are armed with a grand total of 3 guns. 1 6-inch and 2 3-inch, all facing forward. This thing is literally unarmed off of her stern. No torpedoes even. And so this was the plan. The first few Nottinghams were just going to replace these outright. They are regular crew, and that should, I think, as those sailors return to the crew pool, should bring up the average proficiency of the crew pool a little bit. We might get a green crew in the next batch of light cruisers coming in. Alright, so Tartar and Gladiator, thank you for your service. But those services will no longer be needed. Since the last episode, I had logged out and then just logged back into the game. Every time you do that, you need to remember to click this Add Crew button. Otherwise, any losses won't be automatically replaced. And let's move Nottingham and Pearl. Oh, and apparently a battleship. Huh. They can go to... They can go up to Scapa Flow. Oh, Hal was repairing there after the Battle of Sunderland. He'll actually be there. Hal will be there for a while, I think. 4 or 5 month repair it was. We'll move those 2 new cruisers over into the North Sea. Apparently there's some Liverpool ships here. They might be repairing. But, okay, Roxborough can move over. Anything else hiding around here? Nope, nope, nope. A couple of cruisers in Barry. Oh, there's plenty of room in Sunderland for them. Powerful in Suffolk. Over to Sunderland, please. Anything in Plymouth? No. Portsmouth. That's the repairing Howe. New Haven? Nope. Okay. And before I end the episode, there's one thing I just want to show that I just learned yesterday that I was not aware that it worked this way. But there's something kind of non-intuitive and well, backwards in ship design I want to share. And in order to facilitate that, let me just make a copy of this Mars class battleship. Which you're doing okay. I'm just making a copy to show something. So in this I will keep the design. In this irresistible class battleship, check this out. Let me put this on standard ships for now. Okay. Standard is just standard, no buffs or nerfs. Okay, if you go light shells, which is actually what the Mars class was on, I kind of had missed that. You get a decrease in penetration, damage, and range, but you get a buff for reload, accuracy, and then flash fire chance. This accuracy thing is deceptive. With the standard shells, let's actually hover over one of these 14-inch turrets, and just for, let's say, look at the 10. Look at these accuracies here. With standard shells, at 10,000 meters, 0.6% chance to hit. Not very good. It's because it's a Mark I version. And we kind of saw that in the Battle of Sunderland. It took a while for these 14-inchers to start making their weight felt. So one would expect that if we switch this to light, maybe that accuracy will come up a little bit. Down, well, at that level of, let's go back and look at something that shows a little better. 5,000 meters, 3.4% accuracy with standard shells. I would expect, based on this tooltip, to see a little bit better accuracy. 3.1%. It's actually lower. Your standard, 3.4. Light, 3.1. Now let's look at heavy, which is showing an accuracy nerf and a long-range accuracy nerf, but significantly higher damage. Put the heavy on there. 3.5. Standard, 3.4. So basically, what's going on here is these accuracy modifiers shown in the tooltip are backwards. Light is less effective or less accurate than standard, and heavy is more accurate. I would have to assume that the other modifiers, I haven't read anything or firsthand observed anything that indicates that those are wrong as well. And it would make sense that they are not wrong. So light, is still going to give you more flash fire protection, and heavy gives you more risk. But the accuracies are backwards. And I read a plausible explanation of that in the Steam discussions that I don't really remember and can articulate very well here. But the gist of it was the heavy shell itself, it really does have an accuracy debuff. Right? It's not like this accuracy modifier is wrong as far as it goes. The shell itself does cause less accuracy, but because it is firing a heavier shell, a longer distance, the turret's accuracy, the gun's accuracy, goes up. Obviously, by a larger modifier, which is overcoming this accuracy nerf on the shell, and then the opposite situation with the light shell. Anyway, found that interesting. I did not know that before, and I thought I'd kind of bring that out before I ended the episode. All right, enough of that. I don't need to save this to sign. Or do I? Okay, so if we go, we were on light shell before. If we go heavy shell on these 14-inch guns, I need to find, I need to find almost 300 tons, over 300 tons of weight. Would dropping the mini bulkheads do it? It would, like quite a bit. If I go to TNT, that's even more weight. I'll try something kind of funky here. As long as I'm fiddling with this. Made a change to the shells, made a change to the bulkheads. I wonder if I would be able to shoehorn this 14-inch turret into this little cutout up here. I kind of think probably not. Stick this back here as a placeholder for the moment. Oops, move both of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah, well, it won't fit in there. All right. Go back to where you were. This guy back. They're not completely superfluous. This ship does not have a whole ton of secondaries. But I think I'm going to drop this 8-inch gun. And I don't know why that made, I didn't move this. I don't know why that makes this a bad placement now. Move this forward a little bit. Okay. Alright, the Mars class was already fairly light on secondaries as it was. It's even lighter now. However, removing those two turrets gave her a much better fore and aft offset balance. It probably, I don't know what the numbers were before, but I'm pretty sure it probably reduced the pitch as well a good bit. The pitch of numbers actually not bad. The roll is still terrible, and that's because we've got these 14-inch turrets perched on the deck edges. But I think the combination of the heavy shells and the improving the fore and aft weight offset, I think should probably have helped out our accuracy on this class of battleship with the main battery. And yeah, she's got the best available stereoscopic rangefinder. And that did help. I think we'd gotten up to 3.7% at 5,000 meters before, and now we're at 3.8. And I think that probably came from the reducing the weight offset to 0. Save that. I wasn't really going to build any battleships anytime soon, but if we do, we have this irresistible class design to build more. And with that, we'll see what comes in 1911 in the next episode. Thanks for watching.